Hey guys, we are so excited. Hollywood medium Tyler Henry is joining us now to talk about his story and this incredible show. Thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on.
So, Tyler, let's learn about you. When did you first experience the clairvoyance and the visions?
Sure. Well, that all really started actually when I was only 10 years old, and that was actually initiated based on a premonition that I had when I basically woke up one night and just knew that my grandmother was going to pass away. So this came through very clearly, and that was really kind of the first indication that I had an ability, and it just kind of led from there.
Wow.
Now, obviously on your show, you're working with well-known celebrities who may, really have not been able to grieve the loss of a loved one, and you're able to give them just such powerful messages. Talk a little bit about maybe your first experience with someone when you were able to help them communicate with someone who had passed away.
Sure. Well, this was really just kind of a self-discovery process, and between the ages of 10 and 16, I really kind of had to figure out this ability. And so I graduated high school at the age of 16 with the goal of trying to become a hospice nurse, and was just doing readings on the side, basically just through word of mouth. And before I knew it, Sarah Paulson was calling me on the phone, an actress from American Horror Story, who I was a huge fan of, and that was really my first celebrity reading. And that experience was so intense for me, as I was talking to the equivalent of Oprah in my mind, and it was just really, really fascinating. And from there, just one thing led to another.
Wow. Wow. So now, when you're in the mode of trying to contact the other side on someone's behalf, what do you see, what do you feel, what do you hear from the other side? How do you know that you have reached?
Sure. So I always tell people that my sixth sense uses the other five senses to communicate. So I might see something, I might hear something, I might get a physical sensation that corresponds with how someone died. There's times where I get tastes, there's times where I might smell something, and I basically have to be able to kind of take all of those changes and all of that stimulus and turn it into information. It's very interpretive. And then when I deliver that information, it has to be validated by the person that I'm reading.
It has to be incredibly overwhelming for you as well, because I think most people will never get an opportunity to hear that kind of message. So does it make you emotional at times when you're able to relay something like that?
It definitely can be, and I find I actually have to stop myself from getting too emotional in these readings, because in doing my job I have to be a clear conduit for information to flow, and I have to get my own thoughts and feelings and emotions kind of out of the way in order to really connect to their loved ones. So I actually find myself crying when I watch the show back versus actually in the moment of the reading.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, again, you are a human being and you are the one making that connection. So what have you heard after the reading has done, when people maybe have gotten a chance to speak to someone they miss? What else have you heard from people?
Well, it's been fascinating seeing the amount of responses. Some people come in as skeptics and therefore just, wanting a connection to substantiate what they already think. And then some people come as total believers. And it's really fascinating in seeing kind of that arch as it happens in every reading. And you kind of start realizing that these people are having transformative experiences, and they typically leave with just a greater understanding that their loved ones are still around. And I think everybody just fundamentally wants to know that their loved ones are okay. And that really seems to be the common denominator between everyone that I read, whether they're a celebrity or not.
Yeah, well, Tyler, we love the show, and we are so excited to watch as always. But continue to do what you're doing, because you're really making an impact.
And if you're ever in the West Hartford area, come on over and see what me and Taylor are up to.
Yes, I would love that. It'd be
Thanks
fabulous.
So much for your time, Tyler.
Connect. That'd be great. Thank you.